Hi guys, quick audio check, right? If you can hear us, just click on the, or rather, just say that you can comment in the chat box there. Warm welcome from Face Prep, guys. Sorry for keeping you waiting, but we were trying to run Facebook Live as well, and well, some technical issues on that end. Having said that, let's focus on what we have ahead. Right, we're talking about top three highly in demand jobs for freshers 2019. And that's what we're going to discuss in this session. Also, quickly, just a moment, guys. Just checking the audio here, just in case you guys can hear us. So, just a quick audio check, and we'll get started with the session. All right, so audio is working. Let's get started. Sorry for keeping you waiting. I see a lot of uh, let's say restless people out there, so let's get straight to it. I'm sure you are curious about what are these top three highly in demand jobs for freshers 2019. Also, let me tell you how did we go about so this is going to be, there's Akash with me, this is Anton, and we are going to present this together. So we are from team Face Prep, and let me tell you about these kind of videos that we are going to keep getting in. These not videos, these live sessions that we are going to continue to organize. The whole point is at Face Prep, just to share with you guys, we very recently crossed 10 years, right? That's happened less than seven, it's just a week so far, right? We completed 10 years, and our whole intention, we looked at what we are here for, what are we planning. I mean, what difference do we want to make out there? And we kept coming back to one thing, right? Helping. We want to be at the forefront of eliminating unemployment and underemployment in India, and towards that, the way we have been building our guidance, the way we help students. For years now, we have helped in terms of placement training alone. That is helping students with aptitude and getting placed in companies. So we used to go to colleges. We still go to colleges and train students for that. Of late, we've also started reaching out to more people through channels like YouTube. On faceprep.in, there's a lot of activity on a daily basis. So our online audience, we started reaching out to more and more students out there, and we also expanded into different ways in which we help students, right? So for example, we started skilling students than just helping them with placement aptitude. So that is briefly about where we are at. So this effort, right, is towards that. We want to bring in more and more live sessions where we are going to discuss primarily what's on top of your mind. So let me repeat that. So this particular session has been designed with inputs from students. What are students searching for? So thing is this, we keep getting a lot of questions from through various means, be it YouTube comments, or for that matter direct uh, inquiries on our WhatsApp as well as our email. So we get a lot of questions from students throughout the course of the week, and we keep responding to them. We keep helping students out with that. But a lot of questions are kind of similar, and a lot of questions, there are some important questions that people ask, some interesting questions that students ask. So when we reply to just them, we felt that that may not do enough justice. So the idea is to get the best of solutions. So we're going to the team Face Prep. So this has been the journey we have taken. What we're doing is that we're going to pick up the best questions out there from which we get from students, and find the answers to it and share it with you. So when I'm saying find the answers to it, for some of these things, we have people who are experts who are right here within our team. For example, any aptitude related thing, we have a huge trainer base. We have people in house who also create videos aptitude based videos. So we have a lot of experts on board when it comes to placement aptitude especially. But even beyond that, if the questions are regarding the industry, what are the top jobs, for example, over here, highly in demand jobs for freshers, when the questions are regarding the industry, we also do the effort of going ahead and reaching out to the industry, people in top startups as well as top MNCs, right, and getting the answers from the right people. So this is what we are going to continue to do. So this particular video is one effort towards that, and we'll be continue to do in this, right? So again, a very warm welcome to this session. Again, Akash is with me here.
Hey everyone, good evening, and I am really glad so many people have turned up today. And such sessions like these, right? I mean, we do have our another channel of webinars wherein we interact with you. But then this is something that we really wanted to come up with because, as Anton mentioned, in the past so many years of our existence of helping our students making an impact. And so we also wanted to open more channels to connect with you, more channels to help you and give you the information that would actually help you, and then enrich your profile, enrich your understanding of the job market out there and everything. So we decided to come out live, speak to you, interact with you, all these questions that we keep on getting. So I mean, over the email, over WhatsApp, you keep on sending us questions, your queries, and we decided to collect them, those queries which were common for a lot of people. A lot of people had the same question. We decided to collate them and answer them so that it benefits to a larger audience. And that is the whole idea of Face Prep, helping students at every point in time and wherever and however possible. So this is one of our many efforts that we have started, and we hope to continue doing it. And in today's session, Anton and I will be discussing about the top 3 highly in-demand jobs for freshers in 2019. Now, be very clear. No matter which department you are from, which stream of engineering you are from, what is your academic background, this is something that you can pick up. Whatever jobs we are talking about, this will be relevant to you. This is something that you can derive a lot of value from. So if we are talking about a certain job that you have never heard about, or you feel that you don't have the skills for, don't worry at all. There are enough resources out there, good resources out there, in fact, that can help you achieve all of that. And we are going to touch upon them. We have got limited time, but we'll try to give in as much information as possible. We are Face Prep, and we bring in the best for you. So on that note, let us begin today's session.
Great, thanks, Akash. Let's go ahead.
Sorry.
So the first thing, I'm going to get straight to it now. Right, a lot of impatience in the chat box, to be honest, but let's go to it. Right, so the top 3, we have data scientist, digital marketing, and full stack developer. Not really surprised to a lot of you, but then yes, if you actually look out there and look at what are the jobs, so which are of interest as of at the moment, right? This is what is out there. So yeah.
So, I mean, Anton just told you about the top three jobs out there which are most in demand. And we would definitely want to begin with data scientist. In fact, these 3 jobs, right, they are in no particular order, because all these 3, the kind of demand that they have in industry, the kind of salaries and remunerations they pay, it's highly rewarding. And it is worth considering as well. That is the most important point. So I can come here and tell you a lot of things, but this is something that you can actually consider as well. Obviously, it depends on whether you have the liking for it, or is it something that appeals to you. But definitely, it's worth hearing. It's definitely worth giving a proper understanding to. So on that note, I will particularly want to begin by talking about the data scientist, data analyst role. Right. So think about it. Today, while I was thinking about how to make you understand what does a data analyst do, what does a data scientist do, I came across a very real life, very practical application, which I'm sure a lot of you would be connecting to, right? So think about it. Suppose you want to buy something online from an e-commerce website. Let's take Amazon, for example. So what I will do here. So you go to Amazon, you go to amazon.in and you log in. So for example, you have a login page here and you log in giving your credentials, right? Then you enter the site. Here is where it's welcoming you. Hello, say Abhishek, right? It welcomes you. And if you notice the kind of products that it shows you, These are not the same products it would have shown me, or for that matter, Anton. Now, more importantly, these are the products that actually looking at them, it makes you to click on them and see what the discount on them is. Actually, company is making sure that it shows the correct data to the each and every customer. Now, on a single day on Amazon, as we are speaking, some 5,000 people would be online, and this is a very low number, guys. Don't get me wrong here, but this is, in fact, the number is much higher. 5,000 I'm just taking for understanding. So while we are speaking, some 5,000 people are currently online on Amazon. In fact, the number is much more higher, right? On a day, you just multiply it by 10. It turns out to be 50,000. Suppose in a month, you multiply it by 30. And I'll just give you some time to digest this number. 15 lakh. Now, for each of these 15 lakh people, let's consider these are the new users for Amazon, right? Each of these 15 lakh people, Amazon shows a different data, different products, different discounts. Now, that does not happen from magic. What is happening is each time you go and shop on Amazon, the first time you would have gone, Amazon is tracking what is your interests like. So some of you might like books, some of you might like sports. So you are looking for, say, a particular type of racket or a kind of new running shoes. Some of you like movies. So you are trying to explore Amazon Prime, right? Some of you are planning to do holiday shopping. So you are planning to buy clothes. And Amazon is keeping track of all of your buying trends. And hence it shows you the kind of products that should be shown to you each time you visit it, so that it's most relevant to you, which in turn assures or ensures that you are going to make a purchase at the end of the day. Now, isn't that intelligent? At some level, there is a lot of technology involved, but isn't this technology extremely intelligent? Not only so I'll tell you who are the people who are benefiting from it. Definitely the seller on Amazon. Because at the end of the day, he is getting money. Obviously, the buyer as well, that is you, because you are getting the product. And last, but definitely not the least, in this case, the king among them, Amazon. Right? And this is happening everywhere. In fact, if you would have noticed, if you search guitar on Amazon today, the next time you go to your Facebook, after while looking into some posts, the fifth or sixth post would be an advertisement of, say, Fender guitars, new electronic guitars, acoustic guitars in the range that you were looking for. That is the kind of intelligence that we are talking about. And that is where a data scientist or data analyst comes into picture. So you would have heard of big data, right? Now, big data is nothing but, I mean, to be very blunt here, large amount of data, metadata. But making sense of that large amount of data is where data scientist role comes in. So if you are someone who likes working with numbers, who likes making sense of numbers, now for that you need not be a mathematics wizard. You basically would need to know what best use can I make of a certain data set. Now, when I say data set, don't think of it as a big thing. Think of it as a simple Excel in which, say, name and time spent on Amazon. Suppose you're an analyst on Amazon, which is beautiful and brilliant, by the way. Time spent on Amazon. So the very basic analysis that you would make is a person who spends 16 minutes average daily is a better customer than a person who just spent 2 minutes. And you would want to target this customer on Facebook. Now, each time this customer is making a purchase, it is due to your intelligence that the company makes money. So you, in turn, become a money-making machine for the company. Think about your potential and your value to the company. And in general, the ecosystem that you are a part of. Here is where data scientist comes in, understands, first of all, so here I directly jump to data, right? But think about it. There is so much to capture. What is the name of the person? How much time he spent? What are the sites he is coming from? What are the sites he is going to after visiting Amazon? All of it. So you also need to know what data you need. And once you have the data, how to work with it, right? So the data is going to be huge, but you need to make sure that you make the best use of this data so that you can give it to the next person as in it could be a tech team who would now understand what changes to make on the platform, and then you could say send it to Facebook ads marketing team. In fact, the next topic is digital marketing, which Anton is going to speak about. You can give it to your digital marketer, so you know that a person, say for example, let's take me. So Akash comes to the Amazon website. Akash is on Amazon, and I read a lot of books, right? So I'm looking for the latest fiction books, right? I want to see what the latest book by J.K. Rowling is. So you as a data scientist have just detected that Akash was on Amazon for 5 minutes looking for J.K. Rowling books, and this data you send to the digital marketer. And this digital marketer, because of the system that he has set in, makes sure that the next time I am on Facebook, I get to see ads on J.K. Rowling books. Isn't that beautiful? And in fact, all the three, and this is the beauty of it, when you realize all the three job roles that we are going to talk about are somewhere related to each other, meaning to say they are having a symbiotic relationship, each function with some dependency on other. So data scientist, for example, works on data, right? Data, he brings out some intelligence. But what does he do with this intelligence? He has to give it to someone. Now think about it. There are two people whom he can give it to. I'm just trying to give you an actual company scenario, right? So he can give to the developer, the person who develops the website and the app. Now suppose the data scientists realize that the people are spending less time on the mobile website and spending more time on the desktop or the laptop or the computer website. Sorry, or people are spending less time on the app and more time on the website, then obviously developer would have to make some changes to the app. But how does developer come to know that these changes he has to do? Obviously, data scientist comes to picture. He gives him the intelligence. And to make sure that the intelligence is in turn being implemented and used to the most extent, developer comes into picture, right? Second kind of intelligence could be how to best sorry, how to best make use of any user on the platform. And then he sends it to the digital marketer guy. The digital marketer guy makes sure that each time there is a sale on J.K. Rowling books, I will get an email saying that, hey Akash, it's been some time. Why don't you visit it? Because we are having 20% off on J.K. Rowling book. And trust me, a bibliophile like me who loves to read J.K. Rowling, I'm definitely going to click on that email and definitely going to visit Amazon. Whether or not I make the purchase is a different thing. But think about it. I'm getting influence from so many places. Facebook, email, and all of it. So data scientist is in itself a huge addition to a company's workforce who makes a lot of meaningful contribution along with everyone else, right? So in fact, the next job role that Anton is going to talk about, you at the end of it, I'm pretty sure you would be able to connect all the three job roles that we are going to talk about. And this is where you will be able to understand if you are a right fit for that or not. Obviously, this 15 minutes or half an hour session with you is not enough. You are expected to do a lot of research on yourself and understand what are the places to do. But we will try to give you as much information. Now, before moving, sorry, very sorry. Now, before moving ahead, I would like to give you some resources kind of thing, some places from which you can learn this thing, data science in general, where you can go and understand a little more on data science. So before that, the entry level salary, right? Entry level salary for data analyst or data scientist would be somewhere from 4.5 to 7.5. Right? So a company like ZS Associates, which works in data for especially medical pharmaceutical companies, and there is a company called Mu Sigma. I'm pretty sure a lot of you would have heard of these names, right? Mu Sigma. So these companies, they are the forefront. In fact, another company that is coming up is Zoom RX, and a lot of data analyst companies are actually coming up. So these are the companies' website. Just visit these websites. Look at their clients, what kind of work they help do, what kind of ways they help their clients with. So this is one place where you can go and understand. Second one is Mu Sigma. This is actually their logo, right? This is the Greek letter mu, and this is sigma, right? Next one, I would we just spoke about the CTC and the number of vacancies. Let me speak to you about that as well, right? So the number of vacancies currently, on and off, you can always expect somewhere from 90,000 to 1 lakh. Now, this is by no means a small number. Given the right skills, you should definitely consider this as a career prospect. Moving ahead, another thing that I would like to talk to you about is the skills, the kind of skills that you can consider being proficient in. Let us talk to you about some skills. Now, skills required: SQL. SQL is sequential query language. So you have a database. In fact, there are many other methods. MongoDB is in place, and the other things. But SQL is where you work with the data out there. Big data is another. Hadoop is a language. Big data is that metadata thing which I spoke to you about. Predictive modeling, how and what are the trends for the future. Something you'd aware of. Machine learning, making the machine know how each time a certain action happens, what is the machine supposed to do, and next time the machine does that task automatically. A kind of automation, very important, guys, right? R programming, another emerging thing. Obviously, you should consider if you're considering the field of data science in general. Python programming. So Python programming, the way my friends in our tech department at Face Prep programming is, if a certain code on Java is of 30 lines, you can write on Python in just 7 lines. Python shortens program and helps you perform such mathematical functions. Excel, MS Excel, the base of any data science program, and macros within Excel, another very important aspect of it. So guys, Excel, in fact, you can begin right away. There are so many websites out there which teach Excel for free. So Excel is something that I really want you to consider. Get your hands on, and Excel does not take a lot of time. In fact, I recently heard that if you some 22 dedicated hours on learning a new skill, you become fairly good at it. So you might consider that as well. But secondly, another 2 resources that I want to share with you is, please take a note of these. Kaggle, KAGGLE.com. It is a place just like Hacker Earth, Hacker Rank. You can do projects on data science. You have competitions here. Beautiful place. You definitely should go and see. Even if you're not just go to these places and understand what data science actually is. And second is datacamp.com. Datacamp.com, right? So these are the 2 places that you can go and understand. Kaggle is just like a hacker rank kind of thing, and Datacamp is you can. I hope to understand this, guys. This is Datacamp. So Datacamp is paid though, and Kaggle is free. So you can do this as well. Datacamp is, but these are the really good resources. I recommend you go to these places. Really nice, right? I hope I have not taken a lot of your time. And definitely, bigger hope is that I have added a lot of value, because that is the whole idea of organizing this thing. Next, very, very interesting. Hang on to each and every word that Anton now talks to you about. This is the field of digital marketing.
All right. Thanks for introducing this for us. So digital marketing. Now, you need to understand how marketing has evolved to truly appreciate the role of a digital marketer. So to begin with, right, marketing started in newspapers. If you actually have to see it, it started through newspapers. You had flyers all across the street. So it's basically something that digital marketing, for example, it was something that was brought about with the digital age. Back then, things were different. For example, not many know this, but when TV came through, advertising was saw a huge boost. A lot of these TV ads, like the Nirma ad, washing powder Nirma. So these are things that have evolved. Right? That was part of the evolution. So at various stages of the human evolution, you have various means in which the marketing also evolves. So right now, the key thing would be digital marketing. Why is that the case? everybody including you right now, you are watching this on your phone or maybe on your system, but the point is that everybody has access to the digital world, and that is where people actually spend most of their time during the day, right? And with digital marketing, you have found a direct way to approach a person or to tell about the the products that you have, the services that you have. So digital marketing has provided that means, and it's a means of scale. When I say scale, you can reach out to so many millions of people in a very short time, something that was impossible before, right? So this is something that was quite impossible in the past, but now it has become possible. Not only that, bear in mind that most of these avenues, right, on comparison, are much more cheaper, right? For businesses, digital marketing, someone who's not paying attention to digital marketing, especially in this day and age, is not really a business yet, right? So keep that in mind. Small business, big business, regardless of what type of business, even if you are not a primarily online business, digital marketing is something that you need to be aware of and need to utilize as a company, right, as an organization. So especially digital marketing is so important to companies. What happens is that and how things are moving today, especially if you're looking at tech is getting more simplified. Development is getting more and more simplified as we speak. The kind of languages that are coming new, and even the existing languages which are getting updated are towards making tech coding a much easier prospect than it was before. It was quite primitive. At this point in time, you marketing automation, for example, which is built upon tech, has taken over so much. So just one person can do so many things, handle entire campaigns, sales and marketing campaigns, by using tools of today, the digital marketing tools that are there. So understand more and more that when we progress 5 years from now, 10 years from now, the role of the digital marketer is going to become even and even more important. Right now it's at its peak, but it's going to keep increasing, because how to get people's attention is going to be one of the key things that are going to puzzle, and is going to affect companies and organizations. These are key questions that companies, organizations are asking. Plus, the digital marketer is key to a company's success. So think of it that way. The scope is enormous and the field is so exciting, right? The kind of things that are being done are you get it is very close to a very a pure creative industry, if I have to put it that way, right? If you're someone who is who has a creative bent, this digital marketing is something that can seriously interest you, right? So having said that, let me also tell you the scope of the digital marketing industry. So as a fresher, you'll be able to draw anything between 3.5 to 5 lakhs as a fresher. This is an average starting salary. And with experience, one thing you'll notice is that when you start getting experience in digital marketing, you will pick a certain niche or a certain specific set of skills within digital marketing, and become very very good at that. So it all depends on which niches you pick. But overall, if you look at how much you are going to earn, right, say with as a median salary, that when I say median salary, you'll probably get that from 5 to 6 years of experience. So that will be anywhere between 15 lakhs to 20 lakhs, right? Not a small amount. It's pretty good, right? This is depending on whether you're going to build your skills appropriately or not, right? So this is something that you can keep a note of. And according to a study in the year 2020 in India, there'll be requirement for close to 10 lakh digital marketing jobs. Considering how the industry is moving, there are going to be close to 10 lakh digital marketing jobs that are going to be created across the across industries, right? For digital marketing. Having said that, let's quickly move on to what you need to know, right? These are the things, right? Again, so if you notice over here, some of the most important things are listed down. The skills that are required, as you can see: search engine optimization, search engine marketing. If I have to quickly tell you about this, we have something called inbound traffic and outbound traffic. Meaning, when you talk about inbound traffic, you're kind of getting people to your website, to your social media channels through something that you're doing in those channels. You're not really pushing it outside, right? People are coming because people are searching for it. Let me give you a very simple example. Maybe you have a travel site and you have mentioned top 10 places to visit in Pondicherry, for example. And if someone's searching for places to visit in Pondicherry, your article might get ranked. Now you're not actively looking for people who are searching for that. What you're doing is you're just putting up a resource, something that's helpful for people, and you're making sure that it is being read properly by search engines like Google, right? And automatically you will have a lot of visitors to your website, right? That is what search engine optimization is all about, where you're concerned about how do you make the most of organic traffic that comes in directly, right, without you having to necessarily bring each and every person. So this is something that can be done at scale, which means you get a lot of people to your website through things like SEO. Search engine marketing is a part. So this is kind of the overarching part. So for example, to be very specific, SEO is a part of SEM, that is search engine marketing. And in search engine marketing you will have other things to consider, like for example, paid search. If I'm talking about paid search, it means that when you're searching for something, you'll see ads that come up along with the results on Google, for example. You'll see certain ads, right? So how do you find the right keywords to rank for the ads? Which keywords to pick so that you can put an ad there? So many things that come under that pay per click marketing, right? So all the digital advertising parts also comes under search engine marketing, right? So you can keep that in mind. E-commerce marketing, very specific to e-commerce websites like Amazon, Flipkart. Akash briefly mentioned that. Content marketing is where you, like I mentioned earlier, you use content types, like for example, articles or videos or PDFs. So many things that you do to get in people, right? Email marketing. So you build lists, email lists, and keep, engaging your audiences through that. Social media marketing, affiliate marketing. So affiliate marketing is where you get other people to market your product for you, right? So these are the broadly the skills that are required. What are also required, for example, what will help is if you have certain graphic design skills. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to be an expert at stuff like Photoshop, Illustrator, and things like that. You can also work on, there are tools out there which can help anyone become a designer. Tools like Canva.com, right? If you check out canva.com, you can create posters, you can do so many things with that. So graphic design is one thing. Second thing is copywriting. You need to know how to write compelling copy. What is copy? So when you go to a website and there's a product page and it talks about the product, so whatever copy is written there or whatever content is there, the text that you read is called copy, because it is looking to drive a certain kind of action from you guys. So that is one major skill that will also help. If you know how to write convincing copy, that's also something that is required for a digital marketer, complete digital marketer. So these are broadly the things that you have to keep in mind. Now, very interestingly, how do you learn this all by yourself, right? If you're looking to get started in this particular industry, it is worth doing. That's very, how to put it, like I mentioned, it's quite an exciting industry, or rather a role to target. For example, if you look at one interesting thing that I find about this is when you look at marketing and sales campaigns, right? Where you build campaigns, where you say that a very simple campaign that a lot of people use, for example, is Facebook ads, right? Through Facebook ads, they get the right sort of leads and they get a counseling team. For example, if there's a product, you will have a team which will reach out to people and help them understand the benefits of the product and see if they would want to purchase the product or not. So this is a small, short marketing and sales campaign that I mentioned, but they're very complicated ones, right? That you can build a huge funnel that you can build using multiple tools, sending people from one place to other while engaging them. And if there's a product fit, the market and the product, there's a fit, the person sees the value in what you're offering or your service or product and sees that he's going to subscribe to it. That is where you have attained your objective, right? You have created a sales or marketing funnel which suits that purpose. So you'll be doing a lot of this as a digital marketer. Now, if you're interested to get started, right, some of the some suggestions would be, for example, there's YouTube. On YouTube, there's you can search for Neil Patel. I'm not sure if you've heard of him, but if you want a good overview, he touches upon all things digital marketing, and in short videos, right, he kind of helps you understand a lot of aspects of digital marketing, gives you an overview, And because they're short doesn't mean they're not impactful. What happens is that most 80% of what works out there are covered in his videos, and you'll get a good idea of where to start from, and then you can dig deeper into things that he suggests. So Neil Patel's videos, you can check out the playlist there, and you can get a lot of education done for nothing at all. No fee at all. There's another place called quicksprout.com, another strong recommendation. Why is this recommended? Quicksprout.com, you have moz.com also. Both of these places have tutorials, and these are the best tutorials out there in the internet, right? And it's completely for free. You have a lot of these things covered, both beginner guides as well as advanced guides. So do go through it. If you like what you see, you should start, you can intern with a lot of just to gain experience, you can intern with a lot of startups who would be willing to have extra hands and try out multiple aspects one by one, right? This is, if you are looking to get into this industry, you can get started in this manner, right? So that is what I have to tell you about digital marketing. Hope you find, if you're interested in this space, hope you find the resources that we've recommended useful, and you can go ahead and learn more about it. Handing it over to Akash for the last part of this segment.
Thank you so much, Anton. Just before we go to the last part of this segment, right? See, digital marketing is in general, or for that matter, any skill in general, you can't expect to know everything and suddenly you feel that you are ready to do something, right? There's always a lot of learning for while you're on the job as well. So, for example, you tried something today, you gained a lot from them, you tried something today, you gained a lot, or you tried something today, something did not work out. So there is a lot of learning which will also happen once you are working on some projects. And here is where the importance of projects lies, right? In anything, for example, in any field, for example, right? And last, but definitely not the least, and all those people who are from CSIT background, all those people who are even not from CSIT background, even it is applicable to everyone, like the other two skills, is that of a full stack developer. Now, let me quickly tell you what this is about. You go to a website. Again, let us come back to Amazon. Not that it is my favorite, but it somehow is always in the top of my mind. But trust me, it's not one of my favorite places to be on, right? So Amazon.in you go. And as soon as I go, I told you about the top offer for the day, a discount on a certain Asus phone, and the products that there are. Top products for you, top products, best offers for you, and so on and so forth. Now, this is something that a user, Akash, as a user, I am able to see, right? This is something that Akash sees on the website. Whatever. Now, here is where a first aspect of full stack developer comes in. Whatever a person sees on the website, that is the front end of a certain website or a certain app. Now, as soon as I click on Asus, I want to see what the discount is. What is the features of the phone? It takes me to the phone page. This is the Asus, all the pricing, all the reviews, and all of it, right? Now, there is something which I cannot see. I, as a user, cannot see. As soon as I click anywhere on this area, Amazon website has defined, as soon as Akash or any user clicks on this area, you can take him to this page. Now, obviously, this line of codes is somewhere on the back end. I am not able to see it. It is on the back of the website or a app. Remember, this is also applicable to apps. Okay, so this is not this. I cannot see them, and this is where the back end comes into picture. What is happening? What logical changes are happening on the back of a website once a user performs something on the front end? That is the back end of the website. Okay, so I've quickly defined you what is front end and what is back end. Another very important, but and it logically comes towards the end, is the data part of it, a database management part of it. So how does Amazon know that as soon as Akash enters the credentials, akash@gmail.com, for example, right, and the password, say 12345, how does the Amazon website know that this is the how does the Amazon website know that this is correct credentials and it lets me in? It checks these with the database. A database is out there. So Amazon's work, a database's work, is to check if Akash's credential, ID, password are correct. Only then it will let me inside. And this is true for everything. My payment data, my order data, my customer related, my customer service support data, all of it is somewhere stored. And this is where the database management system, DBMS, comes into picture, right? Understand it very clearly, guys. You might feel that this is something that you don't have any relevance to, or this is something that you don't associate yourself with because you are from mechanical, you are from civil, but it still makes a lot of sense for you to understand what it has and the potential of it, because it's going to be very interesting. Okay, I promise you this. So this is the backend database, right? Now, there are three aspects. One is front end, second is back end, and third is back end database. And when you merge, you get a full stack developer. So a developer who knows all these three technologies, front end, back end, and back end database, is a full stack developer. Now, let me tell you why it makes more and more sense for you to understand what this is about. Think about it. If you know only front end, your friend knows only back end, and a third one knows only database management system. So a company has to employ 1, 2, and 3 people and pay salaries to 3 people. But if you know all these 3 technologies in one person, company only has to hire one person and give him more. So a full stack developer is a kind of gold mine for a company. He has so much potential in a company. In fact, let me tell you, full stack developer is the need of an hour. As we speak, right? The number of vacancies for a full stack developer is so much. So while that of a date, this is, by the way, 1,70,000, right? Data scientist was 90,000. Obviously, this is not a small number, but still, full stack developers are the need of the industry, especially when it comes to startups as well. So startups currently, they would want people who know all the 3 skills, so that on the first day of the work, they are able to contribute to the entire team, right? Instead of hiring 3 different people who know only front end, back end, or database management system. And hence, full stack developer makes a lot of sense. In fact, the average salary across experience domain, that is a person right from fresher to someone having, say, 5 to 6 year work experience, is 17 lakh per annum. This is the CTC that I'm talking about, guys. This is the salary. Very, very high. And this is something that you can consider. And the best part is, computer, the knowledge that it brings in is so beautiful in itself that it is not limited to a person who has a CSIT background. So you would see so many stories of a mechanical engineer or a say civil or a EEE engineer, in fact, right? You would hear so many stories of these people learning to code and doing immensely well. Because coding is something that comes only from logic. You don't need to have a different kind of mind altogether. If you are able to bring in logic to your working, you will be able to code it. It's as simple as that, right? So all that is required is the correct logic, and if you are able to have those logic, you can definitely be able to code. And that is the beauty of coding today. Everyone can code. All you need is correct resources, right? So, guys, the skills required. Let me talk to you about the skills required. The front-end technologies: HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Angular. So, HTML basically is what is placed on a website. CSS is the designing part of it. What is the font? What is the size of font? Is it italics? Is it bold? Is it underlined? All of it. What color is it? All of it, right? Other technologies are the backend technologies. Whatever happens on the backend, Java, Spring, Hibernate, these are the backend technologies that are used. And there is a database aspect of it, MySQL and MongoDB, right? So here is where the data part of it, the DBMS, database management system part of it, kicks in. Understood? I hope I'm very clear up till now. So why the IT industry is right for you? I would want to touch upon this point, guys. Just give me a few more minutes. I hope that I'm providing you value, but this is something that I want you to consider. Why is the IT industry right for you? It is a consistently and rapidly growing industry. Think about it. You are doing so much, any technology in world, right? From Paytm to WhatsApp to Google Pay, to even the music app you listen, all of it has technology, has IT into it. And it is supposed to grow, it is going on to grow. As we are speaking, there are new technologies, new patents, new intellectual property rights being developed. Think about the potential there. It is growing. And no one can stop it from growing. So you have a chance and you have a choice to become a part of this growing industry and get benefited too. Second point, it has got a high job satisfaction. You're solving world problems. Tomorrow, if you end up creating a system which helps people locate their loved ones on a natural calamity, suppose God forbid a natural calamity occurs and you want to locate your loved ones, you're able to develop a GPS app, right? That is something, right? That is something. If you are able to develop such an app, you're solving world problems, and that gives you high job satisfaction as well, right? Let us move on. Strong career path and job security. The kind of career guidance that it occurs, the kind of job security that it entails, it's amazing. The career path, it's growing. Once you are into the industry, the experience, it's only going to grow for you. And there are so many companies, you always have a better job to switch to after a few years of experience. And it has got global job opportunities, right? Think about it. Israel, as we speak, Finland, European countries are becoming global innovation hubs. Japan is more of a robotic industry, right? They believe in automation a lot. If you're looking today, Finland is on the forefront of innovation. Israel, Tel Aviv, a lot of companies are setting up their headquarters there. The kind of opportunities today are not only in America, Silicon Valley, California, but they are spreading throughout the world. And hence, there we have got global job opportunities. You talk Peru, you talk Mexico. In fact, my first cousin got sent to Mexico on a 1-year project by the MNC that he works for. Right? France is coming up as a great place for technological innovation. Right? So global job opportunities. I hope this point is clear, and it has got the highest average salary packages. This I've already explained to you today. Right? Moving on. How do you become a Java full stack engineer? There are a lot of things about it. In fact, after this webinar, on the description, you will find after this YouTube live session, in the description, you will find a place where you can go and learn more about Java full stack development. In fact, in the description of this video, in the description of this live session, there's a link. You click on this link, and within 15 minutes, we are going to tell you how do you become a full stack developer in just 6 months. So 6 months, you become a Java full stack developer. All of it is already present on the link. All you have to do is click on the link and watch this 15 minutes clip that we have made for you, right? Guys, Face Prep has always been on the forefront of providing you the best education. May it be placing you in the best of companies, may it be educating you with the right aptitude, with the right of technological skills, with the best coding practices, all of it. Our jobs board is helping you with more jobs opportunities, right? And now we are bringing in live sessions to you. So I don't know when the next live session will be, but whenever it's going to be, you would obviously know, because you would have subscribed to our channel and hit the bell icon as well, so that you are updated whenever you are going live. Thank you so much for loving us, guys. Thank you so much for making us a 1 lakh plus strong community on YouTube. Each of you, we personally have no words to thank you, right? If we thank you, it's like, it's like insulting you, because we hold you in so high regard, and we are actually overwhelmed by the response that you give us and the support that you give us. Even yesterday, a girl whom we helped us with our training, she sent us such a beautiful email thanking us. And each of these emails, guys, each of these testimonials that you give us of our work, each of the good wishes that you give us, we live for those good wishes. We live for those results. And Face Prep will always be with you, always help you in your career path. We will continue doing such live sessions wherein we help you and give you immense knowledge. Thank you so much for taking your time today to listen out to us. If you have any doubts, please feel free to write it on the comments of this video. We'll try to answer them in our next segment, collate all of that. And you always know how to reach out to us, to click on the link that we have given on the description to know more about the the full stack development. How do you become a full stack developer in just 6 months? This is Akash signing off. Bye bye. Have a beautiful weekend ahead. God bless you. All the best.